Hey guys, we're back and today is day 19. Today we are with
Lupita.
and we're going to be talking about family issues in the sense of your family not really supporting you during this fast. And Lupita, one of the emails that we have received was of a youth who is going through this issue now. The person said that they are trying to be patient, they are trying to endure everything that they're going through, but it is hard to ask the family for support when they don't see the importance of having the Holy Spirit. I think you mentioned that you went through something similar, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get over that, or how did you seek the Holy Spirit in your house?
Well, in my house, it was, my parents aren't very into the church. So then at home, it was very hard because my parents, they were having a lot of problems. So when they were having problems, everybody would just start arguing and start fighting. And my brother would be yelling at my sister and my sister at me and all of us with each other. So for me to be seeking the Holy Spirit at home, it was very complicated because I had my mom attacking me, I had my brother attacking me, my sister, and I would hear like all these negative words. So it was like very hard because I always took that to myself. Like I would blame myself for everything that was happening, even though I knew it wasn't my fault.
Right.
So then at home, it was just arguing. Like I would try to control myself, but it was hard because then it would just slip out, or I would start cursing, and I'm like, oh, great. It was like all the patience that I had already gained, it just went back down again. So it was very hard at first, and then I started asking God, like whenever the problems would happen, I would go to the bathroom, and then I'd be like, all right, you know what, just please give me patience for this family. Like, you placed me here with them, and I know that you have to make us united, you have to do something. So it was very hard the first couple of days, and then it started changing afterwards because I would ask God, like, God, please control my tongue, control my mouth, the way that I see them. Because at the end of the day, they're my family. Right. So it was very hard. It was extremely hard to be with a family, my brother, he doesn't believe in God. Supposedly he doesn't believe in God, but so that kind of makes it even harder because he doesn't believe in him and I do, so then we'd clash right there and we'd start arguing about everything. So it was a lot of controlling my tongue with them.
That's always difficult.
Yeah.
But it is possible because you made it through, right? How long were you in that situation, and how was your experience or your encounter with the Holy Spirit?
Well, I stayed like that for a year. It was a whole year because I started off in youth group and then I left. And then I just gave up on that, my spiritual life. And then when I started coming back, it took a whole year for me to actually, learn to be patient, learn to be kind, learn to be different. Because when I started coming back, I was somebody that cursed a lot. I had like a horrible anger issue with my sister and my brother. Like with my sister, I would fight with her and I would hit her all the time, and I just say things to her, and then I feel like everything that I had like towards my parents, all the hatred, I kind of threw it at her. So It was very hard. And then after when I came back, I started praying every night, and I had like the assistants, the leaders that were in the youth group. They helped me, and I would pray with them every single day, and that's how my change started happening. So then little by little with the prayers, I started kind of easing down with who I was. The hatred that I had towards myself, towards everybody else, it started going away, and it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because I had to like sacrifice who I wanted to be, how to be, pleasing everybody else, to be happy with who I was.
Right.
So.
And you mentioned that sometimes you clash with your brother, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't change what other people think. They have the right to have their own opinions. Just because we believe doesn't mean that we're going to force them to believe. And that's the good thing about the Holy Spirit, because he respects. And that's what we learn to do. We learn to respect. Because even now, even if you do have family members that don't value the Holy Spirit the way that you do, or don't think about, or the same values that we have, don't have them, then we still have to respect them. We still have to learn to stay quiet. Sometimes we can't do anything about it. No matter how many times we say yes, that's only going to push them to say no. So obviously our actions, whatever we do, is going to show them, not force them into believing by talking that we are right, because they are going to think that they're right. And for a moment, it doesn't really matter. What really matters is your character. As you mentioned, when you fight sometimes with your family members because they don't believe in what you believe, it's easier for you just to run away, go into your room, and either cry about it or just stay stubborn and be like, oh God, you have to change the situation, rather than for you to stay with your family and learn to accept the pressure, right? Because sometimes you just have them put pressure against you and you're just like, no, and that doesn't solve anything. You have to be calm. It's gonna hurt. Sometimes you bite your tongue.
Yeah.
Sometimes you chew on something really hard. You're just, I love you guys. I love you so
Yeah.
much. Thank God for you guys. But you are beginning to see with the eyes of faith. That's what the Holy Spirit tells you. Okay, that's what He guides you, and He shows you a whole different view that maybe at the moment you're not looking at it. Maybe they're not seeing it. But after a while, you begin to have a whole new perspective and you think about them differently, and that's
Yeah.
why the change happens. So, guys, do not give up. Be strong. Be strong in the sense that you will endure the situation and keep fighting to receive the Holy Spirit. Not strong in the sense that you're going to like yell back at them or something, right?
Yeah. You have to be able to. It was always asking God every day, when you wake up or throughout the day, to ask Him to guide you, ask Him to help you be more patient with everybody else. Because when you do that, you start showing. You have to ask Him to show you the love that He showed us, because we present ourselves as the ones that are going to save our families. And if you come to youth group and you start becoming, or you want to be somebody different after having a very, I guess, anger issues or problems outside on the streets, and you want to be different, you have to start off by being the example at home. And you can't really save your family if you're not saved yourself, or you can't really help them be different also if you aren't portraying that kind of example at home. So if you're having the problems at home, ask God to always guide you, to always be there to give you His Spirit, to help you be the way that He was. Because, I'm pretty sure Jesus wasn't going to be the one to yell back at everybody else. His Spirit wouldn't show you that type of character. But to be, what the fruits of the Holy Spirit are, to be everything that is written in His Word. So there's always, just ask Him every day, to help Him to guide your house and have His protection around them. Because if they're like attacking you, then don't let those words also affect you. Because at the end of the day, God created you, and if He created you, it's because you are special, you are important, and you have to just know that also.
Yeah, that's very true. Another thing is that God won't deliver you or stop, I should say, those situations from happening. Yeah. Because in another way, that helps mold your character, helps you be more patient. If you learn to be patient with your family, you will be patient with everyone else, pretty much. So that's another thing you guys have to understand. Oh yeah, she mentioned about not accepting the words or not taking them too hard. Yeah. It could be your mom, it could be your best friend, sibling, I guess you can say, telling you those things, but in reality, know that there's a spirit behind them. There's something else that is provoking them to tell you these things. Sometimes they don't do it on purpose. Other times they really don't know how to explain themselves to you, express themselves to you, so they say it in a harsh way. Sometimes you have people, your family, that goes to church, that they understand the word, that they're also seeking in their own way or something like that. But yet they tell you negative comments. So they tell you, you're seeking the Holy Spirit, but you still do this, but you still do that. And it's just like, guys, I understand, help me. Don't take it the wrong way. Maybe they are, most likely they are trying to help you. They just don't know how to express themselves yet. They don't know how to get to you yet. They don't know how to say, how to kindly tell you to change. So just try and find something good out of it. If they mention something about your character, then say, okay, thank you. And don't hold any grudge. Let it go, because it's going to all go away anyway. Yeah. So just don't hang on to it, right? And the more you let go of it, the easier it is for the Holy Spirit to come inside, because He's going to notice the sacrifice that you're making.
Yeah, like I went a whole week without speaking. No, it was probably longer actually. I went a while without speaking to my mom because of all those words. Like when she would start yelling at me, I'd be like, all right. And then I'd just ignore her. I wouldn't talk to her. At home, we'd see each other and be like it would be so awkward. Like it was really, really bad. So, don't take it too hard, because you have to respect your parents also.
That too.
Yes. Even if they, like she said, it is an evil spirit there. There is something there that is provoking them to be that kind of way. Because the love that they have for you, sometimes they even, act like nothing happened at the end. They yell at you, they do all of that, and then it's just like nothing happened to, like they didn't even
say anything.
Yeah. So it's very hard, but you have to just stick through it, stick through what you want to do to be different, and not let it, because if you stay on holding on to those words, you're always going to keep going being the same way. Yeah. You're always going to be holding that grudge, and the grudge isn't going to do anything to you. It's not, it's actually going to be the one affecting you and stopping your spiritual life from growing. So just learn to let it go and be free from all of that.
Mm-hmm. So you guys, it was a pleasure being here. Let us know what you are thinking, what you are going through, because we're only trying to help you. And there are 2 days left. So whatever you need to hear, whatever your questions you have for us, let us know, because this has to be an amazing fast. Most of you that are sacrificing will receive the Holy Spirit. It's up to you guys. It doesn't depend on us. We believe in you. It's up to you to believe in yourself. So if you have any other questions for her, maybe you can email us, leave it in the comments below, and for sure we'll answer them, okay? So see you guys tomorrow, and that's it.